The thing I want to ask you though is this. Okay. So we talk about low vibration, we talk about high vibration, right? And depending on the context, which we also discussed, it means different things, right? We are trained to believe that low vibration is bad and high vibration is good, right? But then if a person is manic, then they're bad. Then they need to be on medication, right? But the earth herself is the lowest vibration of all, and that is very good. Thus, we are here.
Mm. Mm.
So it's an and both, and it's that accordion thing happening again. So I don't know necessarily where the question is. I'm reaching for it.
Yeah.
Um, but if we were to like,
Is
I've
it a
done a
vibration or is it a it kind of feels like there's a density piece in there as far as like physical manifestation. It's like there's a like a flower. If you call the flower beautiful, it has to be at a certain density in order to be physical, but that density doesn't make it low vibrational.
mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, okay. So then I think the question is, like, does vibration and frequency mean the same thing in this context? No,
Mm,
right?
mm,
Gaia, Earth is a frequency. You and I are a frequency,
right.
and a vibration is something other. Right? When you get a low, when someone feels low vibe, they feel. I think what people should start to feel through is, does this situation, person, place, or thing, here comes the noun again, do they feel heavy or light?
Mm, yeah.
Right? Like if I'm with you, if I'm hanging out with you, with anybody, but in particular you, because we're having conversation, I feel jazzed, I feel ignited, I feel a spark of inspiration. I'm like, ooh, what else is possible? And I'm like, my brain is pinging, right? Versus saying yes when you mean no, and now you're in a situation with a person where you feel like they are siphoning your energy,
Mm,
and because you said yes, you feel like they feel like they're entitled to your energy, but you just said yes to the thing, not to my energy itself. But
right.
now you're in this situation that you've put yourself in, and should you find yourself in that situation, you could just be like, I thought this was going to work out for me, but it's not. I gotta go. Where you going? I thought I have to take care of myself,
Right.
right?
I think yeah, I think there's definitely a difference, and you can feel like you're talking about. You can feel it, but you have to be again strong in yourself. You have to be that awareness piece again, uh,
Mm-hmm.
slowing down, and in order to be able to distinguish between the two, right? What feels right for me, what doesn't feel right for me, because it not might be, it will be different for the next person, but it's important that I or anybody gets to that place, especially if you're on this journey that we're talking about, gets to that place where you're aware of you and you're able to interpret the information that your body offers and that the feeling offers.
Yeah, and it's different than, we are cogs in the wheel of the matrix that says and dictates that you have to, you know win every confrontation, and you've got to, win every argument, and you can't be, like, you can't be a sucker, whatever that means. But when you don't slow down, if you're unwilling to slow down, you will only get yourself into more strife. You will only get yourself into more conflict. You're not there to find a solution, right? Fact finding is not a place of solution
Right.
sourcing, right? They're not the same. Um, I'm about solutions. I'm about everyone expressing their own sovereignty, even if it is my husband, and even if I don't necessarily agree to the avenue that he chooses to go, right? Our agreement is, listen, just don't break my heart, right? Don't break my heart. And you know all the ways that I mean, right? Because I'm too cute to go to jail, okay? Um, um, but other than that, it's just like holding something against a person, even if okay, so in the case where someone asks you something and you say yes when you mean no, and uh, you know um not resenting them for asking,
Mm-hmm.
right? It is they have this space. You've created the space for them to ask because they're in your life.
Right.
But
Right.
you also have the duty to answer truthfully.
And that might be why they showed up, to give you that opportunity to begin to build that muscle.
Because let me tell you something, once you say yes to someone about a situation, they always, always, always assume that the answer is always yes every single time after.
Mm.
And then you gotta claw yourself out of that. But I was just like, no, 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 I'm not the one. Like, I don't know who told you. Just because I said I was trying to be nice, right? So I had this conversation with my hubs all the time. I don't strive to be nice. Nice is not. I don't live in the land of nice. Nice don't live here. I'm kind.
Mm.
My intention is to be kind, but I'm not trying to be liked here. This is not a like a like contest. No.
That's powerful. And that, I mean, that still goes right with what we've been talking about, that self-empowerment, that personal power, because, again, that conditioning of being nice and being careful around people and their feelings and how they feel. To do that, for that to be who you are, you're going to be constantly neglecting yourself.
And then that's where sadness comes and takes a seat and moves in all of his luggage. Puts a
You,
portrait it puts its portrait up, starts to
yep,
scratch his belly. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, well, who told you you can move in here? And it's
yep,
it's it's a torture, but no one knows that you're experiencing it because it's
nope,
happening all in here.
sure
And
don't. No one knows. And it's like
no
a
one.
huge system starts to build or has been building, because most people, if you're listening to this and you don't know the experience, you didn't just start doing that. You've been doing it a long time, maybe all your life.
You've
Just
been
like,
trained, yes, you've been trained to do so. Yes.
but you know the feeling of that conflict.
Hmm.
I saw it play out plenty of times, especially through my dad, him feeling like he needed to do things for people and not really wanting to. And
Mm.
the frustration was the truth, but then in front of the people, you know, they didn't get to see, it wasn't right for them to see. So all of that is inside get swallowed. But as a child, me being there, I know what's there, you know? And by seeing that, I get taught to be the same way, you know?
Okay, so one of the reasons I'm so adamant, I've also, it could be a myriad of things, but the one I will share here is this. I saw my mother say yes when she meant no, and she swallowed her no. She swallowed her autonomy, and she kind of like got chipped away at, and it became an ulcer, and it quickly manifested into stomach cancer. And so that is the connection for me, that I want people to understand, that the way you feel and what you think and what you say out loud and inside here manifests, and it shows up on your body eventually, right? Sadness not addressed can turn into shame. Any of this can turn into shame, or and then to feel empowered, then you blame a little bit, right? But my mother, her wanting to be a good woman, to be a good wife, to be a good mother, right? She just didn't say, I'm not doing this, I'm tired. I'm tired. Right? She passed away. It'll be 29 years. She passed away. So I watched her decline quickly, right? And it's not okay. I say I'm sharing this story to give a visual. Like, everyone has an example, immediate or extended, of someone who is suffering in some way on a physical plane, where they can see, if they look closely, the connect the dots. For my mother, it was stomach cancer. For someone else, it could be diabetes, it could be hypertension, it could be hypothyroidism, it could be cancer, it could be anything, right? And am I saying that, your thoughts become things? Yes, I am. Am I saying that we can manifest dis-ease? Yes, I am. Right? I spent over 2 decades watching people deny themselves, and it show up as body pain, chronic body pain. So either it shows up on the body or shows up in the body, but it's going to show up. Right? Wait for it, right? So like, if we wait, the waiting that we do shows up as wait. So even is it physical weight? Is it emotional weight, like that in the top of your belly? Is it manifesting as visceral fat, or some malfunction of your vital organs? And P.S., they're all vital, right? I mean, all of them. I'll take them all, please. So she had an opportunity to change her mindset, and she did for a while. But when it came back so quickly that I know that she knew that it was back before she actually spoke it. She feared that it was back. She was having conversation in her head about it. But by the time that she allowed, my father to take care of her, to get her to care, the story had already played itself out for her. And she didn't have there was not enough time on this earth plane to course correct. Right? Am I blaming my mother? No. Blame and responsibility are not the same. They're not the same. What I would give to feel my mother's skin against my cheek right now, I I can't even explain. But because I cannot have that, I must use her as a template, as a muse to alert people to wake up to themselves that you are enough, that you are worthy of taking up all the space in your life. That's what it's for. You beat out all the other sperm. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. As long as you're not causing harm to others and yourself, do your thing your way, no matter if it makes sense to anybody else. You must.
That's powerful and so true. So true. Again, that speaks to me on the value level. You have to look to yourself, begin to trust yourself in order to really begin to step out and live your life completely. You have to turn your eyes off of all the people and all the things, and look to you for guidance, look to you for the strength, and take some time to find those things so that once you find them, you can go about life and be inspired and be passionate about that which you are excited about. And like you said, know that you're enough no matter what's happening around you. Know that you're enough and know that you are, whether things work out today or not. But you
Yeah.
can find everything that you need inside.
It's inside. You already have everything you need. It's like Glenda the Good Witch from Wizard of Oz. Like you've always had it. You've always had it. When in the moments when you don't feel worthy, and I'm not saying that every moment is rosy and amazing. It's not. It's not. That's how you can the contrast, right? The polarity, the law of polarity is always in motion, right? Everything is in relationship to its opposite. If I'm not feeling good one day, I should not feel bad about feeling bad. I should just be like, ooh, how can I get to neutral? If I could just get to neutral. I know
Mm,
I'm capable of getting to neutral. I've done it before because I've experienced joy before. So, can I just breathe to get to neutral? Turns out I don't even have to breathe consciously. My body breathes me.
mm,
Thank God. Right?
yeah,
Because in the
yeah,
moments that you didn't feel worthy of breathing, you keep breathing.
yeah,
Your heart keeps beating, and everything is just like, oh, okay, what? This is a miracle. Like, how can you not think that this is a symphony? Like, this is a symphony for real, for real.
And when you really get down to it like that, it's this, I don't know, there's an excitement at the bottom, you know,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
a bubbling going on. And, you might have to work your way to it, but there's a bubbling going on and there's an excitement at the bottom. And if
Hmm.
you find that and situate yourself in it and then turn and live life, things are completely different. Completely different.
Hmm.
Fonda,
Hmm.
any last words that you would like to share?
Just to reiterate again that, you are enough. You've always been enough. Life is about the experience. It's not about a destination. So many millionaires talk about, the fact that, what do they say? Because I'm not a millionaire yet. But they say that it's not about the millions that they have, it's about the journey on the way to the millions that
Mm,
was so important that they missed. So let's slow down. If you know that you're enough, then there's no rush and there's no hurry.